Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. My name is Mike Cook. I'm the agency manager here at the ISS Insurance Group in Mattoon, Illinois. Just going to cover a couple of real brief topics today on auto insurance. What I've found in my experience here in the insurance world is a lot of people come in or call in or email and they may not know exactly what they're being covered for or even the current coverages they have. So I'm just going to touch base on that real quick today. Every company is a little different, so just kind of bear with me on that. Your policies may read a little differently, but they're all really generically the same. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is this liability limits. I got my whiteboard here so I can just go over the limits of liability that you're going to see on your deck page. You're going to see these in a group of 3 numbers. They're going to represent thousands of dollars, even though it may just be 100 or 300. That's 300,000 or 100,000. Here in the state of Illinois, just to be legal to drive, in which we found a lot of people, they call in or email in and say, I just want insurance. Well, what's that going to get you is that's going to be 25, 50, 20. And again, these are in thousands of dollars. So what this actually does for you, this first 25 here, 25,000, if me and you are driving down the road and we were to get into an accident and I would become injured and you're at fault, you'd be covered for 25,000 of my health bills. If my bills were to exceed that, let's say I was injured and I had a health bill of $50,000. So the insurance company is going to pay out that first 25. And then, so you got 50. You're going to be responsible for the next $25,000. I mean, to me, myself, I don't have $25,000 laying around to be able to just pay for something like that. This next 50 here, that's going to be for anybody that's in the car. So let's say it's me, my wife, my 2 kids. And again, same scenario. But this time all 4 of us get injured. Can you imagine that? 4 people getting injured and all you have to cover it is $50,000. That's not very much money in today's world at all. This last figure here is for $20,000 of physical property damage. That's physical damage is physical items. So that's going to be cars, houses, fences, signs, anything such as that. You hit a brand new truck today, and let's say it's even just 40 grand. And you total that $40,000 pickup truck. You're now still going to have responsibility left to you of $20,000. So they're going to either come after you for assets if you have any. They will garnish your wages at work just to be able to get what they need back. The other thing about it, these liability limits, is not only are you protecting yourself, your assets, this is also what's going to cover you, that if somebody hits you. So let's say somebody doesn't have insurance, you're going to need now covered for 25. Your family will be covered for 50. And they have a thing such as, it's called physical property damage. Usually it's in an increment of $15,000. What I recommend people to do is go right in the middle. There's many levels of liability limits. This here is where I start everybody out at. $100,000 for one person, $300,000 for a group of people, and $100,000 for actual physical property damage. To do that jump there at most insurance carriers, will there be an increase in premium? Yes. If you pay your bill monthly like most people do, you're going to maybe see, again, not exact, maybe $10, $15 at the most per month. But it's going to triple, your items here of what you're actually covered for. If you have any questions on this as we're going through, or just questions in general, please do ask within the comments section. We will try to get to them. The other thing that I want to touch real base on is comp and collision. So when people buy a car, the bank's always going to say, go get full coverage. People come into our office, call into our office and say, I need full coverage. But do you actually understand what full coverage does for you? There's 2 sections to it. You got comp, and then of course you got the collision. Comp is going to be hail damage. You run into an animal, flood, tree falls on your car, an animal gets into your wiring, or such things as that. Collision is actually where you physically collide with somebody. What most people put their deductibles at is at $500 per each one. So you'd be out the first $500. On the comp side, not only You know, when you run into an animal, or you know, you get hail damage or a tree falls on your car. Acts of God, basically. But glass is included and comprehensive. So your windshield. Why do what most people I quote, actually all the people I quote, is I usually put, or always put, them at a $0 glass payout or deductible. And what that's going to do for you is, because you can't control if you're driving down the road and you get a rock chip. So we pay out for your window to get it fixed, you pay out $0. And the reason why I do that is because most windshields cost anywhere between $200 to $300. Most people don't have $200 to $300 laying around. Collision, I always do set everybody's at $500. Most banks, that's what they go and have you, go as high as. We can go and give $1,000 to $2,000 deductibles on those. It's usually up to what the bank wants. If your car's paid for, that's completely up to you. You can do a little lower than these. And on these two, depending on the carrier, you can do lower than that. Most people, again, I use a $0 deductible on glass, and I use $100 to $250 on comp. So when you're going out getting quotes, or you're looking at your own current policies, see what your guys' deductibles are at. On the comprehensive side, for sure, it doesn't cost all that much to go from a $500 to a $250 or add a $0 glass. The last item for endorsements, a lot of people maybe not have or know about, is rental car and emergency road service, ERS. They're going to be usually listed on most policies that way. Rental car, so if you have a comp or a collision claim, you'd be able to get a set of wheels to drive and everything if your car's in the shop. That's a big thing. So let's say you get your car totaled out, somebody runs into you. Now what are you going to do when you have to go car shopping? Most of the time that's set up where it's between $20 to $40 a day. You get a car to drive around, go shopping for your car. Otherwise, you're going to have to call your buddy, call your parents, whatever. It's not all that much fun. It also rushes the process to go purchase something. Emergency road service. That's just peace of mind to have that. You ever been on the interstate driving down the road, you get a flat tire, you go and get out and you go and try to dig around in your trunk and you can't find, let's say, your lug nut wrench. That's not fun. So you can use that, you can call them up, they can come and help you go and change a flat tire, they can give you a tow. They can go and jump start your car if you locked your keys in your car. Samantha, I'm sorry, but she's done this before. She's locked her keys in the car. And we spend, an hour or so trying to get them out. Why not just call them, get it done and taken care of, thanks, and you're on your way. That's really about all I have today. Just some 3 different areas that you can look at. I know that was kind of brief, a little generic. Again, each carrier is a little different. If you do have any questions whatsoever at all, please do call us. Phone number is 217-235-2555. You can email us. My personal email is mcook@issInsgroup.com. We're also located right here on Charleston Avenue, Mattoon, Illinois, just from the catty corner from the Huck's gas station. Is there any questions? Well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Again, if you have anything that we can be of any service, love to help you out. We're here to help you protect what you love. Thank you.